Skate City Paul here. I'm going to come to you with a What's Old video. Before we get into solds, gonna do a little bit of program note here. Gonna change things up a little bit here. Some of you know that I've been getting in more into doing sports card stuff, and so I'm gonna start merging some sports card content onto this channel as well. So if you're subscribed to both channels, you might see some dual videos. So please bear with me. It's just trying to create content for two channels is a little bit difficult, so I'm gonna try to combine it. You might even see a name change real soon, trying to come up with a more creative name than the one I got here to kind of encompass sports cards and reselling and things like that. So if you see a name change coming up soon, don't be alarmed or anything like that. So let's get into our solds. Also, too, with all of what I've just said, these what solds that we're going to get into, um, I'm actually going to jump forward. I'm not going to do some of the stuff that, some of the multiples, some of the other stuff that you've seen before, some of the not so high dollar end. I'm going to try to get caught up to some stuff that's more recent. So I'm going to try to get to some more stuff that's a little more collectible, or it sells for a bit more money than just $10, $15 or in that price range. So I'm gonna try to jump forward a couple weeks to get caught up to some more recent stuff. First thing I'm going to talk about right here is a Peter Millar vest. I've had this for a while. It's brand new with tags. I believe it had a tag on it for the retail price. I don't remember what it is, but it sat for a little bit. I think I actually did sell this once and it got returned, and posted it back up. Sat for a little bit longer here, and just here sold it on a best offer for $30 plus the shipping. I did return, I remember now because I saw this picture. It did have a defect in it, so I did in the read list describe the defect, made sure that the buyer knew that it had a little bit of a tear in it. I think I did deeply discount it and then still took a best offer on it. One of the things I sold here is a jazz record of Miles Davis. I got these in a lot of records I got from a friend of mine. I kind of cherry picked the kind of the better ones, a lot of jazz stuff, some like string orchestra, some operas and stuff like that, some show tunes. The rest of it I wasn't all that knowledgeable about, and so I just took those to a local record store, sold them there to get store credit. In that store, they've got all kinds of different things, movies, books, video games, and things like that. Sometimes you can go in there and catch stuff that they aren't that knowledgeable about, catch it for a deal, and then you can flip it. So that's kind of why I take it and get the store credit rather than cash, because I give you about 10% more in store credit. So with all that said, again, sold this record here, $31 plus the shipping. This is just a neat oddball find. I got this. It's just a menu, and it was signed by a righteous brother. Bobby Hartfield is his name. What it looks like somebody ran into him at a restaurant, grabbed the nearest thing that they could get, and had them autograph it. I posted this up and had it up for probably about 6 months now. It's been a little bit of time. I had put about a $250 price on it, because really not knowing the value. Didn't really want to put it on auction because I wasn't sure, but I did put it up there for like $3 or $250, somewhere in that price range with best offer. Somebody sent me a best offer for $125, and not really knowing, but still thinking, hey, this is, it's just a piece of paper with somebody's autograph on it. I sold it away. I do believe this went to England as well. Couple of videos you saw me talk about picking up these Billy Basses. Well, I sold both of them in 1 week. Within about 2 days of each other, they both sold for the same price, $49.99 plus the shipping. So again, new in the box, sealed. I did, because they are kind of a older model. I did take them out, test them, make sure that they worked, packaged them back up, took videos of them working too. That way, if anybody came up and said, oh, they didn't work, I could show that they did work. So they did work. So I sold one probably within a few hours of posting it, and then the next day or a day or two later, the second one sold. So both of these went out in the same week. Got about $50 plus the shipping. I sold two separate Disney banks to the same buyer. This one was, of course, a Cinderella. They're like a PVC banks. This one is a Cinderella one, and the other one is a Sleeping Beauty. A Sleeping Beauty bank. So same buyer bought both of them. Again, these are like PVC banks. I believe they were sold in the Disney store for some amount of time. I'm not sure. Bought these in a big lot from a Goodwill auction site locally. Picked them up. They did have some scuffs and nicks and dangs on them. I did, of course, describe and put some pictures up of them as well. Again, same buyer bought both of them. Combined, sold them for $40 plus the shipping. Hey, this is an early 1990s Batmobile car. This is a big, like, Hot Wheels, I believe it is. I got this at a local auction, with online auction that's local that you can pick up. Paid like $6 for this at the auction or something like that. It's metal. It's not plastic. The front wheels did have some issues with it. Again, described it. Still got $60 for this plus the shipping. So this thing, as you can see, the scale on it was 1/118th. Which is a pretty good size. It's about almost a foot long. So again, really cool item, real intricate steering wheels and all that stuff inside the cockpit. So again, see anything like this, these big Batmobiles, stuff like that, that are metal, die cast, things like that, pick them up if you can, of course, get them on the cheap. I sold this vintage women's hat. These have been sitting around for a while. We got these about 2 summers ago at I believe it was the second day of an estate sale. Got the entire lot for like $30, somewhere in that price range. I don't remember. We've had them posted for about $65. A couple of them sold pretty quickly. This one here, again, kind of sat around for a while. So when a $45 offer came, we went ahead and took it and sent it on its way. Still getting sales from the Zippo pickup I got. Again, huge box of Zippos, big old box of Zippos I bought for like $200. They're probably anywhere from 100 to 150 Zippos in it, and I've just kind of been slowly selling through them. This is another really good one, brand new. This one still had the seal on the back of it, a little orange sticker that comes with Zippos. This one from 1994, as you can see here. I took a best offer on this one for $25 plus the shipping. The last thing that sold was this roof rack. It's an adjustable. It's made for a specific type of car. This one was for a Nissan I don't even know how to pronounce that last name, but it is a British-made car. So oddly enough, of course, this went to England. Went via the global shipping program, I believe it is, because it was, again, more than the length was longer than the allowed it for international, as well as the what do you call it, the weight. So it was over 4 pounds, so it did have to go GSP. Buyer paid a bunch on the shipping on their end. I got $49.99 plus the shipping, and I still have another one. It's brand new in the box, never used. So if you know anybody who has a British-made Nissan, I've got a roof rack for it. And a pickup that I'll talk about. Talked earlier about the store that I take records to. I got this wireless adapter for the Xbox 360. I had to get one of these for my Xbox about a year or so ago. So I knew they were kind of expensive, and not expensive, but they commanded a good amount of money. I picked this one up on store credit at my local record store that I turn records into. So I paid $12 for it, and I'm pretty sure I can get about $35 for this. So this is a pretty good pickup. You know, I see these things laying around, try to pick them up. Another pickup I got was these tall 8-inch from the 80s wrestling figures. I got these at my local flea market. Paid $15 for the entire box of these. They're not in the best of condition. However, I was watching some videos about cleaning stuff like this, and there's like a whole group of people who buy these in rough conditions and they customize them. They paint them the way that they want them. So that's what they're going to appeal to. I could get about $5 to $8 somewhere in that range for each one of these. So again, there's I think about 9 of them in this. So picking these up for $15, I'm going to make a pretty good profit on it. So again, program note, I'm going to try to jump ahead, try to get through caught up to some more recent stuff. This is stuff from like the early part of November, late part of November, early part of December. So probably in the next video, I'll probably get get me caught up to about a week or so behind the solds. That way I can talk about some stuff that's more recent and not rely on my memory. So again, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about more kind of collectible, more kind of, I want to say high end, but the more stuff that commands a little bit more money. Also, too, program note: if you follow either Nate every day I'm hustling or Anthony over at Picksburgh, you'll know that we are starting to do card auctions together on on Sundays at 4 p.m. Right now, it's rotating between Nate and Anthony's channel, so go check them out. Put the links down in the description if you're interested in sports cards and auctions and things like that. Also, too, they're heavily into doing content for sports cards, so if you are like sports cards content, go check them out as well. And with that, have a good day and be safe.